Good morning, traders out there. Who's ready to get back into the Olympics? Of course, going for the gold. And we got a lot to take a look at. Of course, Meta getting the bulls up higher. Definitely green markets starting off the day. We'll take a look at all the tech names. I did see a lot of traders taking some trades in tech overnight. So they're definitely going to be happy. Let's kick it off with today's playbook and see what we can find today. All right, guys, first up on the playbook, we got GE, of course. We'll take a look at that action, see what we can come up with, and let's see the chart here. Let's get right to it. Let's take a look at what's going on in GE. Of course, this is a stock that I've been talking about for a while now, right? And a lot of that was this breakout here on the trend line. And now we're getting this nice sideways consolidation above the resistance. So like always, guys, resistance can become support. In this case, it clearly looks like support. Now we need to look for a breakout back towards this high. We'll see what happens here. Of course, doesn't look that bad this morning already, especially with the interest rate sensitive kind of plays. So, of course, I've been talking about utilities being interest rate sensitive, right? Industrials are interest rate sensitive. So GE here looking really good for a nice breakout back above 176 going towards the 180 is what I could see. So definitely on the radar, GE on the playbook. Let's go to it. Let's get to the second stock here. Let's take a look at Generac. And this is one that I actually saw a report just yesterday about how demand was increasing. Well, I'll be honest. I don't feel the strongest about Generac in the long run because overall, I feel like this company just fluffs their earnings and fluffs things. But either way, it is an interest rate sensitive type of play. Why? Because if you're going to get a Generac, you're probably financing it, right? So interest rates will be playing into this stock. Let's take a look at the action here and what's going on the charts. You guys can see how this has been going sideways now and started to get the lift in early July, right? And that was as we started to mention more and more of interest rates starting to hold. Now you're trying to climb back and get towards the next layer, which would be a move towards like 180s and 190s. You recently just got to move there towards the 169. You've had resistance at 161 plenty of times. So I think today you got to look, will you get a takedown attempt? The support is closer towards the kind of the 150 area. So you could get an attempt down towards that level. I'm actually looking for the opposite. I'm looking for a quick little rip up, starting to come back here towards that 168, maybe the 170 in play today. So, hey, this is not a bad one. It does move fast. Will be an opportunity out there for the competition. So Generac, putting it on the alert, and we'll see what happens with this one. Let's get to the third play on the playbook today. Of course, we'll talk a little bit about Colgate-Palmolive, and I think this is an interesting one because I got a couple of them, right? We can take a look at utility plays, but I've mentioned those plenty of times. So just to give you guys an added bonus, the people that made it here to the show will get this one. Take a look for Excel, right? Take a look at kind of Dominion, right? You can take a look at all those utility players to get that lift, or just look at the XLU. That's one way to play it. Let's take a look at Colgate-Palmolive here and see what we're seeing on the chart. And this is one stock that has been strong and one that's in a similar space, right? Procter & Gamble already took a hit off of their earnings and it's going sideways. I feel this one will take another leg down, but I don't want to bet on this one. I want to bet on one that's been strong and starting to turn around. So Colgate-Palmolive has been on a big breakout since pretty much last year in October, right? It's been on a breakout. It's been up 41% in that time. And now what do I see here? Well, I see top. And we got through this top, went towards the 101. Now we're really starting to fight that area. And with that being mentioned, got to take a look to see if you go back through this trend line on the upside. But to me, this looks like you want to go ahead and break back down into that gap. And once you can close that gap, that's a move back down into the 97s. And I could see this going back here towards the 90 on the daily. You can see here the 50 EMA back here towards the 96, 95 level. That's definitely in play. But I see this 200 curling up there towards the 90 and being in play. So I'll be watching for cut downs on Colgate-Palmolive. And this would be more like a swing trade. So maybe not so much for the competition, but maybe more for a play that you guys can keep watch to see if we start to get a breakdown from that 100 and see technology go higher. All right, that's going to do it for our playbook action. Like always, guys, this is a strategic outlook to give you guys plays in the market. Sometimes they're going to include patterns, they're going to include psychology. Like always, I'm thinking about variables in trading, like the story, the fundamentals, the technicals, and we can't forget the overall market. On a day like today, where the market's just ripping higher, it affects so many names, right? Sometimes you're not going to be so highly correlated to the overall market. And in this case, depending on which name you are, like let's say Nvidia today, you guys can see it clearly up. These are names that kind of run with the market. We'll see what happens if we can continue getting some lift. Let's get over now to today's Sunrise report as we take a look at the action there. And there's a lot of earnings stocks to take a look at. So if there's one stock that caught your attention today, don't forget, throw it up in the chat. We'll talk about it when we get to the live trading action. That's coming up. And of course, we'll be taking a look at the competition, see who's on the top 10, right? Hey, stay tuned, guys. We got a lot to take a look at. Let's get to today's Sunrise report. All right, let's kick it off, guys. As of course, the Fed stepping in here and turning things around. We'll see what happens there. But like always, guys, we got to take a look at it. So good morning, traders. Welcome to the Sunrise Report. Of course, I'm Money Mitch here to give you guys the latest market news and updates from this morning. First up, of course, we got FOMC. When we talk about the big bad wolf, Jerome Powell, he wasn't that bad of a wolf yesterday, right? If anything, he was a dove out there. So Powell indicated that the Federal Reserve might be cutting interest rates at its September meeting. Of course, the FOMC Fed tool, sorry about that, guys, getting tongue twisted here, is already gotten that 100%, right? So we take a look. If this stays persistent, right, the economic data, right, the September meeting should get that cut. Right. So now we need to take a look at the recent data in inflation, right? If we take a look at PCE, that is been going down, which is the Fed's preferred outlook. He did emphasize, though, that they're going to be data dependent. And so the interesting part here is that it's not specifically on one data point, but a collection of data. And that's one thing that Powell keeps mentioning, right? So, another thing that he did mention is that the current labor market is not a significant source of inflationary pressure. So, I think we need to keep watching to see what happens on the job report this week, right? But at the end of the day, he's pointing towards that cut. So, unless we see something different, it is going to be pointing towards that. And I think that's what the market is weighing in. The market has already priced this in, I feel like. So the only thing that could come here is a negative, where if they don't cut, yes, I feel like the market's going to get caught by surprise. Of course, the market loves to price things in. So keep watch to see what happens there. We'll see what happens in the big bad wolf that is Jerome Powell. And sorry about the tongue tied there, guys. Just got a lot of things going on in my background. Dog over here jumping around, trying to mess with some things. But hey, let's keep moving. Let's go towards now Meta as we take a look at that report. Let's see what happened here as we talk Meta. They reported Q2 adjusted EPS of $5.16, a big surprise from the 473 estimate. Sales of 39.7 billion, surpassing the 38.31 billion estimate. Meta sees Q3 revenue between 38.5 billion and 41 billion, above the 38.3 billion estimate. So you can see it. The estimate was actually below their low end of 38.5. So really good numbers here from Zuckerberg. After the bell, of course, and the better expected earnings, Zuckerberg and their CFO, Susan Li, highlighted how AI is helping Meta grow faster in the digital advertising market. Zuckerberg said that the ways that it's improving in recommendations and helping people find better content, as well as making the advertising experience more effective. I think there's a lot of upside here, and that came from, of course, the earnings report. Meta did report revenue growth of 22% year over year, with 98% of its sales coming from advertising on Facebook and Instagram. This growth rate was double of what Google's ad business is doing, which saw sales of an increase of 11% and 64.6 billion. So, hey, if they're going to do better than Google, of course they're going to get the love and the lift. I don't know who's on Facebook anymore. Maybe it's just the boomers, or maybe I don't know. Maybe it's the young people that are on Facebook. Let me know in the chat, guys. Do you guys still use Facebook on a daily? I know I don't use it, but hey, it seems like there's definitely some ads out there that are doing well. Let's keep it moving. Let's go to the third report here. As we keep going, guys, we'll go over to Shell. Oh, actually, I got Moderna. Let's go over to Moderna first. Let's get some Moderna action here as they reported Q2 EPS here at a loss of $3.33, beating the loss of $3.36 estimate. I always love when there's companies like this. How are you making that much money, yet you're losing that much money? But hey, that's how it is, guys. Sales here of 241 million, beating the 132.18 million estimate. However, Moderna is trading lower after the company revised 24 expectations, citing low EU sales for the potential revenue deferrals from certain international sales of 2025, an increasing competitive environment for respiratory vaccines in the US. Of course, we know what that is. That's the COVID vaccines, right? They can't sell them anymore, guys. It seems like they're struggling. And of course, we've seen how many variants, how many vaccines come out. I don't think there's that many people lining up for their COVID shots, but hey, to each his own. We won't get all political on this show. We'll keep it moving. Let's go to Shell here as we take a look at Shell's earnings. They had a strong Q2 here. EPS of $1.98, beating the 182 estimate. Sales of $74.46 billion, surpassing the $61.32 billion estimate. CEO Swan said that we're in a good place and we've had good momentum, but there's a lot more to do. So we need to kind of emphasis here about what LNG for energy and security transition in the coming years. So they're seeing that and they're focusing on that. He's also mentioning significant improvements where in cost, capital discipline. So they're trying to cut the costs here. It's specifically noting a $1.7 billion in structured cost reduction since 2022. Shell aims to reduce costs by $2 billion and $3 billion by the end of next year. So if you're looking at this business and focusing on how it's going to move forward, well, I'd be looking at the cost reductions to seeing if it can continue that trend. All right, let's keep moving, guys. Let's go over to the next report here as we take a look at Cigna Group. And they reported a Q2 24 adjusted EPS of $6.72, beating the $6.41 estimate. You see, making money. Not like the other companies, but hey, sales of $60.4 billion, surpassing the $58.33 billion estimate. Cigna did reaffirm its fiscal year 24 adjusted revenues of at least $235 billion and adjusted EPS guidance of $28.40 here. So not a bad report at all for Cigna. And we've been seeing more attention to the healthcare plans. So pay attention to them, right? There's been a couple of getting that nice lift. We'll see if this can continue that push. Healthcare not looking bad. Pretty much all sectors not looking bad today. I think the one area where you might see some downside action is defensive area. But let's keep it moving, guys. We got two more to go through, and then we'll get towards the action. Let's talk a little bit about Roblox this morning as they reported Q2 earnings here. Adjusted EPS had a loss of 32 cents, beating the loss of 39-cent estimate, with sales of 893.5 million, missing the 898.47 million estimate. Net bookings were at 955.2 million. Roblox sees Q3 24 revenues between 860 million and 885 million, below the 898 million estimate, with Q3 bookings between 1 billion and 1.025 billion. We'll see what happens on Roblox. Of course, this is not something I feel will continue moving, guys. I think at some point this company is going to run into a wall. Why? Because yes, there is a platform and you can make plenty of different games out of it. But the truth is that I think there's going to always be someone to come in and kind of take the lunch, a new game maker, a new platform. We'll see what happens here. Last one to talk about. And you guys in the chat, let me know what you guys think about this one. Finally, And Loop Capital upgrading Reddit to buy and maintaining a price target of 75. So we'll continue to watch to see what happens with Reddit. Of course, this has been a stock that I don't know. It's just not as talked about, but I think it has been doing great. We got to continue to watch to see what happens now with this buy rating and to see if any other lemmings come in here. Of course, those analysts love to chase each other. So Loop Capital stepping up to the plate to a buy. We'll see if some other analysts come in here and step it up to a buy. We'll see what happens there in Reddit. Like always, guys, that's going to do it for the Sunrise Report. The Sunrise Report is all about giving the value back to you out there, right? All you traders out there, like always, I'm trying to give you guys a quick way to get the rundown of the day and then get ready for some trading action. So the only question I have is, are you guys ready to go ahead and trade? Let's get to the action. We'll take a look into the competition also. Let me know, how are you doing in the competition in the chat? And who knows, is someone going to take the gold right here in the chat? Let me know, guys. Let's get to it. It's time for the live trading side of things. What up out there, traders? How we doing? It's good to catch you guys in the chat. Bullseye, Vic, what's going on out there? Tim, how we doing out there, guys? It's time to catch you guys in the chat. What's up, Paul? What's up, big man? Great Scott in the house, of course. BBLG. Well, you know what, Bullseye? You know what? You ain't too bad off of this one. BBLG. Let's go take a look at BBLG and see what Money Mitch was up to this morning. Let's take a look at that action. All right, guys, taking a look at BBLG right now. I do see it at 350. But let's talk about my morning trading action, as I did take some trades this morning here, guys, trying to take some trades and get some green. Let's first talk about the upside move. All right, let's take a look here, guys. Going to start sharing my screen here. Look at this, guys. All right, well, taking some money this morning on BBLG. Let's talk a little bit about it. Good morning, Vic, out there. So, of course, this morning I said, you know what? I came in right around, let's say, 6:30, and I was like looking around for a trade, and I started seeing BBLG start to make that move. It starts getting through the $3 spot. I'm looking for some type of pullback back towards the 3, and then it starts to come back. I was like, you know what? Let's look at this resistance and support as an area where we can come back to. Right there, it starts to undercut. I go and I said, you know what? Let's take a shot, guys. We need to get back into this bull run. I put 5,000 at 287. I put 5,000 at 280s. Didn't get that 280 fill, but got the 287 fill. And boom, right back up. It starts to come back through the 3s. I sold it into the rip, actually selling out at 336, taking a nice gain to start the day. Right, so here you guys see it. Not a bad little gain to start the day here. A good little $2,400 cushion. And then I said, you know what? This thing's pulling back. Is it going to make the breakout through 350? I don't know. I don't think it's going to make that breakout through 350. You know what? Let's go taking a look to see if maybe we can go in reverse on this trade. So, boom. Said, you know what? Let's go taking a look for a short trade on this. So there you guys have it. Start to see this top out around the 365 as it broke right back out through the 350s, going through the 370s, rejects. As that starts to happen, I start to hammer here, guys. So took the first trade there. And let me go ahead and kind of slide up so you can see it. 5,000 shares there. And as I start to break the support right here at the 362, started to hammer down 8,000 shares, wrote it down, was trying to get towards the 330s. But once I saw this 337, I said, you know what, Mitch, don't get picky. Take that money and run. Nice little $2,300 trade there. Nice little $2,300 on the downside of things. And then it eventually does go to the 330s, but bounce first towards that 355. Ever since then, I've just been kind of watching it here. It's been chomping around. I feel like it could make a pullback to 3. So if anything, I'd be looking at maybe shorting off of this 350 right now. But as we get closer to the bell, I'm going to focus on the trading action. Not bad little cushions to start the day. These are the two main accounts that I'm trying to run back. Really, this is the account that's deep into the green, the market leaders. At least I got almost about $3,400 in the green there. So going to keep battling, guys. There's a lot to take a look at out there, and we'll see if we can go ahead and make some money. I was hoping you were a Bucks fan. No. We ain't going to get that twisted. You know where you're at. It's Miami over here. Dolphins all the way. You know it. Tua, baby. Tua got paid. That's why I'm not too mad that I got this nice jersey, because he's going to be a Dolphin for a while. We'll see what happens out there, Paul. Let's get to the market. And you guys out there, let me know what your top trade is. You guys know where you're at. It's Trade the Pool. Let's get it started, guys. Let's try to take some more trades out there and seeing if we can get to the gold today. We'll take a look at, of course, the competition and see what's going on there, guys. Seeing where the action is in the leaderboard is very important. We'll take a look at the leaderboard now to see what we can come up with. Here's the leaderboard, guys. Let me go ahead and make this big for us so that we can take a look at the action. And, of course, let me know, guys, how are you doing in the competition? What place are you in? Who's going for the gold today? We're almost to the end. And Yaz in second place now. Yes. What's going on, man? How we doing out there? All right, let's take a look at the action here as we take a look at the leaderboard. Of course, you guys see Miguel taking lead now in the bear battle. We'll take a look at this, right? This is PMEC, of course, and this is not a bad one. Really nice trade there, getting a nice little push. We'll see what happens on that one. IMNN, of course, Yaz in the chat here, kicking ass, really. But hey, We'll take a look to see if they can take that 84,000. And let's take a look inside of each kind of account, right? Let's take a look at the market leader. This has been the one that I think everyone still has the opportunity to go after. And you guys see it, 4,000 in the 10th place. Guys, I'm not too far behind that. I'm at 3,400. So I should be at least on the kind of the books, right? Probably around the 20th place, 30th place, but I'm going to try to make my way up there, right? Make another $3,000 trade, can get myself into, let's say, 4th, 5th place. We'll see what happens there in the market leader account. Definitely want to focus on that one today. Let's take a look at the penny power. Of course, Yaz leading that one up there towards 78,000. And then you got a couple other ones right behind it, but a good lead there for Yaz. Yaz could maybe sit back and relax. We'll see if she's able to. They're able to take that 80,000 spot. When you take 80 spot, you're going for Miguel, focusing on the funded to get paid. Of course. I'll tell you what now. That's the important one. Focus on getting paid, because at the end of the day, that's what I want to see. I want to see you get paid. I want to see you make that good money, and then I want to see you have a great party and call your boy Money Mitch, right? Hey. Like I'm saying, right? I've always talked about it. You guys out there, maybe Money Mitch won't get the Lambo this year, but maybe one of you guys get the Lambo or a nice yacht. You can call me. I won't be mad at you. All right, let's keep going, guys. I have traded one day only. Okay. All right. I see you out there. We'll see what you guys got. Is this Miguel here, Mr. G? Let's go, guys. What you guys going to do? All right, Shane, I know you've been coming after it. Congrats to you, man. And yesterday, calling it quits, but taking a good kind of green day, right? Max green day, I'll call that. Hey, not too bad, man. You got to take it when you can get it. Let's see what else is out there, guys. Woke up late. What's up, Bullseye? What are you looking at? All right, we'll see what else is out there, guys. Take a look to see what else we can find in the market. Let's keep going, guys. Let's see what you guys got this morning. All right, let's go. I see you. Get him, Miguel. You got a battle. Yaz is going to come after you today. We'll see what happens out there, guys. But definitely, penny power looking good there. Let's go to the bear battle only. In this one, I'm not looking too bad there. But, man, you guys have got a good lead over here. Miguel with 84,000, about like a 30,000 lead there. So if there's one where Yaz needs to come back, Yaz, I'm going to call you out on this one. This is the one you got to come back on, the bear battle. Can you take him out? We'll see. PMEC, Bear Battle, not doing that bad. $21,000 trade on that one. TWOU. How'd that one do yesterday? Did that one eventually break down? It's trading at 278. Didn't make the biggest moves. Let's see. Yesterday, only getting up there towards 313, starting to fade off. We'll look to see if that fades off a little bit further. But not bad at all with these trades. We'll keep taking a look at the action, the competition account, and we'll take a look to see who's making some trades right now, right? Let's see what's the best trade on right now. I'll take a look at the action here. So I see a huge AUGE, literally huge, is doing really well here, guys. A trade there on ATUGE up at 18 cents this morning in the pre-market. Now down to 12 cents. We'll be able to take some profits there. You take it to 8 cents. So we'll see what happens there on that one. Then I see here an Nvidia long with $4,000. Not bad at all, guys. We'll see what happens on that one. Definitely starting to come back there. And some of these, we're going to have to definitely check. So we'll verify all the top 10, of course. Anybody that's up there towards the prize, we're going to be running through it, making sure all the trades are accurate, right? We'll see what happens there, guys. Let's keep going towards the market here. Mobley got some money there. Hey, let's take a look at that. Mobile Eye down there towards 1830s, which is short 1,000 shares at 1850. There we go. I like it. We'll see what happens if this can keep going, but not a bad one there. Take that money. Can't go wrong. Mobileye, we'll look to see if this keeps going lower. Definitely taking a hit this pre-market. And I think this is earnings, right? Let me just take a quick look here at Mobileye. There's so many stocks that had earnings today, so let me just take a look right here. Yes, it looks like the conference call has concluded. The earnings were out there. The earnings were 9 cents, beating the 7 cent estimate. Sales a beat there too. Revenues not looking too bad, but at the end of the day, the prior guidance was up there towards 1.83 and 1.96, and now they're looking at 1.6 and 1.68. That's where it got hit, guys. That's where this stock did not do good. And boy, oh boy, down to 1827s now. Get it, my friend. Take that money, Shane. Get after it, my friend. I hope you're able to get a good trade on that and take some good pre-market money. Or maybe make your own Max Green Day right there. Hey, I'll tell you what, Shane, you're doing great, man. Keep coming in like a sniper. Ready to get it? Pop, pop. Get the heck out when you can, man. At the end of the day, that's what you need to do. A lot of times as traders, especially day traders, I notice it more and more. We take opportunities, we come in, we sweep it, make that money, and head out. Because if we stay in this game, we give it back, right? It's not like swing trading where you can let those winners really ride and just keep going and running and running. The truth is, you're just trying to gain momentum, right? And gain that quick trade. That's the day trading life. Swing trading is completely different than day trading, team. I wish you the best, Shane. Get after it, man. All right, let's see what else is out there. We can take a look at some different stocks if you guys are watching some this morning. And, of course, we could take a look also into the playbook. I've already talked about some of those names. Going to be watching Colgate-Palmolive to see if it starts to break down. We'll be watching some other ones. Apple reports tonight, right? Apple's already up to 224. Yesterday, I talked about how Apple could run into the earnings, and boy, oh boy, did it run. Not a bad little move there, right? So from yesterday, you're still up. We'll look to see if this continues to ride higher. Earnings tonight is going to be very important. Apple is going to pretty much make or break tech tonight. We'll find out if they break it. We'll take a look, right? It's all going to be on those iPhone numbers and things like that. So we'll see what happens there in Apple. All right, AMD, of course, on the radar today after that big spike to 150. Will it spike again? It's back down towards 143s and 144s. I know a lot of traders are watching this thinking that it's going to keep that drive higher, but right now it's actually fading down. Nvidia here, starting to fade a little bit here. So we're starting to get a little fade from this morning's strength in the TQQQ or the Qs overall. You guys can see how we were up there to 475. We'll look to see if this can continue to climb today, or will we run into a wall? The SPY is actually looking better here, so we'll look to see if that can continue to climb. Stocks like Eli Lilly getting a nice little lift there. So that's not a bad move at all. Keep your watch on some of these stocks as we get in some healthcare stocks to kind of get the lift there. Cigna Group, of course, had the earnings. We'll keep watch to see if there's any of these other ones that get the lift. Humana, maybe ELV, Alliance Health. We'll see what happens there. Molina Health was doing good earlier in the week. We'll look to see if this can continue the drive that it recently got. But that nice report on Cigna shouldn't hurt it there. And then for that mention, I'm going to be watching Pfizer. Pfizer was just up there to 3150s, and I think it could come right back up towards that level. It held the 3040s and the 3028s as a really good pullback layer. So now we'll look for this to grind right back up there to the 3150s. We'll look to see what happens there in Pfizer. Another one that we talked about yesterday could have a nice day was Johnson & Johnson. It kind of pulled back towards the end of the day, so I'm going to look to see if today you hold that 9 EMA and go back towards the 162. Not a bad stock to keep your watch on Johnson & Johnson. Of course, utilities, I've talked about how utilities could take off with the interest rate mentions, and there you guys have it. Gap up there. Now, the one that I've been trading there, NextEra Energy, it's almost too high up for me to jump at it now. We were looking at this down at the 74s just on Tuesday and Monday. Well, look at it now, up there towards the 76, starting to get the move. Looks like a nice little push, and of course, this is the leader. So could look for this to keep pushing. Duke is another one that could keep pushing today, holding the 9 EMA and continuing strong. We'll look for it like Excel Energy to get another rip higher. Maybe I take a look at Dominion, right? Dominion back through 54s. There's a lot of resistance right there at the 54s, but could take it out today. And you can take a look at some other ones, right? There's so many names here that you can watch. Maybe Southern Company, SO for the breakthrough the 85s. Or maybe you're just looking at the XLU, right? The XLU looking like it's trying to prop through that 73 and start making another run. With this mention, anything sensitive to interest rates like First Solar yesterday, I was still able to make a good gain on First Solar yesterday. It didn't make the breakout that I expected, but we're getting the move now in the pre-market up there towards 218. I still feel solar is going to make a nice little move, especially being an interest rate sensitive type of play. We'll see what happens out there, guys. Smash the like. A lot of you guys still joining in now, and we'll be watching to see what stocks you guys are throwing up in the chat. I'll take a look at some of those. We can keep watching some other names. Tesla up there to the 235 yesterday. What got up there towards a high of 234.68. So now it's starting to slow down, though. That's one thing I will note. I think Tesla is trying to work its way back into the gap, but I think it's going to have a tough time now as you're starting to build some resistance in the same area around this 235 spot. I think you could run into a little bit of a wall. So Tesla's already fading here in the pre-market. I'm going to look for one more drive at the open, maybe going back towards 232s, 233s. Hourly charts are going to be important here. I'm looking for hourly resistance rejection, which could happen around the 233s, and then a takedown through the support, back down through the 228s. We'll see what happens. Tesla already fading, and Tesla hasn't given me these opportunities. A lot of times when I'm looking to go short, then it just cuts through the support and just keeps going down. So we'll see what happens with Tesla today if you can get that downside action. All right, guys, let's keep going. Let's see what else is out there. With Trader Evolution, if I close a position on the position window, does it sell on the bid? I would think it would. Bullseye, if you're long, it would probably sell on the bid. It wouldn't make sense for it to jump up on the offer. But hey, can I set OCO orders with TOS? Like TOS? Yes, there's an order right there. If you go to the order type, OCO, right there. So you got the order type. You just got to put it in correctly, Bullseye, and make sure that you're doing it right here. But yeah, you can do it right there. You got the stop, the limit, right? You want to put that OCO order out there. Hey, there's definitely ability to do it. So check it out, guys. All right, we'll keep watch to see if there's any of these other stocks kind of making the move today. Let's go back and take a peek there. BBLG, man, continuing now, guys. So, hey, there you guys have it. Looks like it wants to get towards that 4. We'll look to see if it can get 4. 370s was a wall earlier, so let's see if we can break through that wall. There was a seller that kept showing up at the 70s, and you can see him right now towards the 75. And there's some bid support here at the 70s. So let's see if we can get through that 75 spot and start to make our way towards 4 on this BBLG. Definitely the top move of the day already. Has had 1, 2 moves. This is just the 3rd move, so it could still drive a little bit higher from here. I think we could get there maybe towards 4, maybe 425s today. So it doesn't look too bad here on BBLG. We'll look to see if it gets through that 375 spot. That's the spot where it's running into some wall right now. 372 being the prior high. Let's see if it gets through that. All right, guys, nice. Up 1,300 on BBLG. Let's go. Let's go. Make that money, Bullseye. I want to see you on the leaderboard. Get up on that leaderboard, man. All right, good morning, FJF. What's up out there? All right, guys, let's take a look at what else we could take a trade on today, guys. So BBLG going for that 370 here. Let's see if it gets that 375, goes towards 4. Doesn't look bad to take the trade right now on a scalp. If I would take this, I would be scalping, right? And I'd probably have to risk right here towards the 90 MA, which is 350s. Looking for that to kind of get the push. We could still get a little bit of a pullback. We already got one little pullback there. Look to see if maybe you get that 3rd pullback or that final pullback towards 350s, and then it goes. That's another thing that could happen here as it goes and feels like kind of like a small cup and handle, right? So you guys see the cup here. You can do the handle pattern where you go and you pull back here and then take the next move. So we'll see what happens here. Or does it just a high day breakout and keeps going through that 375? We'll see what happens on that one, guys. Keep a watch on some of these smaller plays. LUMN was one that was getting a move here. Lumen Technologies already up there towards 334s. Has a prior resistance at 347, trying to break towards the 350s. We'll see what happens on this one. And there's plenty of names you guys can watch, right? Serve is still in play, guys. We'll see what happens on this. 1746 could make a run to 20 today. We'll find out on that one. BBLG now back up there towards that 372s. Trying to get through that 375. You can see it hit it right on the hammer and then just stopped. So, hey, we'll see what happens here. Can it take out that 375? Nice little pullback off that 90 MA on the 1 minute. Now holding in there off the 363s. There's 377s. You got through that seller. Now looking for a reload at the 370s. Looking to see where the reload is. Reload's looking like 369. 369, some sizing there. I could see a quick little pullback to that and then look to see if it goes higher. We'll see what happens here. 369, will it hold? There's a pullback to 371. Holding right now in the 373, so not bad right now. Next wall is going to be that 380. There's that quick pullback, trying to collect some volume for the next move higher. I like the 5-minute pullback here towards the 350s and then coming back towards that 380. But we'll see what happens here. BBLG, not a bad day to start the day here. We'll be taking a look to see what else is making the move. Looks like energy is pulling back now. Are we getting an overall pullback now? Yes. SPY starting to cut right back down. So getting out some of those bulls, right? I think we're going to see a nice little red to green action here out the gates. We'll wait to find out. Meta up big towards 518.54s. How's Microsoft trading after, of course, their kind of disappointment report? But that could all get shaked today, right? Because look at the daily support right underneath on Microsoft. We'll look to see if it holds 418 today. You were already down and you undercut it. And I think a lot of buyers stepped up there. And that's why you got this big volume bar on this cut down through the 418. So I'll be watching this to see if we can go ahead and get another cut down in Microsoft and a move right back to the upside. What's up out there, traders? What are you guys taking a look at? My chat's going quiet out here, guys. What's the stock that you guys are watching? All right, let's go ahead. Pinkies on up to everyone out there in the competition. It's not easy. Like always, competition accounts are going to be hard. Let's see if we can work our way and get after Yaz in the chat out there. Yaz, I'm coming for you. I don't know if I'll make it, but I'm coming for you. That's for certain. Microsoft pulling back a little bit there. BBLG pulling back there. Didn't get to that 350 yet, but I'm watching. I'm watching. All right, go back to that BBLG because we got to take some trades out there today, guys. They can't be afraid of taking trades, that's for sure. We'll see what happens here. BBLG. Let's see if I could get that pullback. 5 minute coming back here towards the 357. Didn't get to the 350 though. Did get some kind of buyers to step up there. I'm still looking for a quick move to 350 and then a recovery. Don't want to be jumping on that. Just looking for that pullback back towards the 90 MA on the 5 minute. So that would create kind of that wick there at the 374 and then a pullback to reloads and then comes back for the 4 breakout. We'll see what happens on this one and keep your eyes on some smaller plays. If you guys got a smaller play that you guys are watching out there, throw it up in the chat. We'll definitely take a look at it. All right, guys, what else is moving out there? Cat is one that put on the radar, guys. Any of the industrial plays, I'd be kind of keeping a close eye on these, right? Nice little setup here for a nice breakout higher. Of course, through the 350, going to the 360s. I see like about $10 available to you there on Cat. We'll see what happens on Deer. Also, if it wants to go back to 390s and 400 run is in play for me today, especially with the interest rate talk that you're seeing. Generac, of course, going to be on the watch to see if it goes through that 160. I think this is definitely one that you can watch to see if it goes through that 159, 160 move and really starts to push higher. Not a bad stock to keep watch. All right, what else is making a move today? T-Doc on the downside. Man, this stock just doesn't get any love, man. T-Doc is just, it's one of those really bad stories, man, where a stock, if you didn't take profits, man, when this thing was up there, I mean, now it's down to $7. This thing was up there to $300. It's crazy, but it was. ARM Holdings. Let's take a look at ARM. ARM down big, and this probably had to do with earnings. Down there to 127 in a couple of weeks, man. What a shellacking on ARM. It's a down 32% here. So, hey, that just goes to show you that be careful on stocks like AMD. Just because it went up on the earnings doesn't mean it can't come back down and take out the low 134s. So I know that we're still seeing a positive start to the day in Meta's report, but now I'm seeing a real negative turn here. And Nvidia coming down fast. I know that a lot of people were yelling yesterday about how, oh, I bought the Nvidia dip. Thank you for the 11%. Well, guess what? This morning, you might get that stuff right back into it here. You might need to digest that, just digest on that a little bit there. All those Nvidia bulls, I saw them jumping out of everywhere, man. They were like, oh, you weren't buying the dip? Come on. Well, hey, guys, I'll tell you one thing. Buying that Nvidia dip now is definitely asking for it. At least I feel like it, especially investment-wise. You're talking about a stock that's made an insane move, right, in 2024. It's still up here, what? Still up 146%, guys. So is it going to 200? I don't know, man. I can tell you guys, don't forget that this stock was trading back in 2023 with the split adjustment. We're talking $17, right? So 10x the money. Be careful out there, guys. I know Nvidia is good, but how good is it? A lot of traders are going to get caught on that. All right, we'll see what else is out there. Took 900 on BBLG. All right, was up more than 1,300 and 1,500, but held a bit longer than I should have. Something that I've been noticing, Bullseye. I've had plenty of trades up $2,000 and not taking it. Just noticing, maybe just the $2,000 base hits, adding those up could get us to where we get towards the top, Bullseye. We'll see what happens today. All right, guys. Any other one other than BBLG, guys? That's the only small play I'm seeing mentioned out there right now. Success getting a little bit of a move here. Now, of course, this is the bear action. This starting to take a nice little lift off from the 24s now towards 24.50s. So this could have made you some money right now, right? So we'll see what happens if we can continue to see some decline. Tesla down to 228. Oh, man, Tesla. You love to do this to me, man, where Tesla just goes way before I can get after a team. I'll still look for a bounce at the open, but right now, Tesla's already coming back down. So we'll see what happens here, guys. I know that a lot of people were looking probably to see if Tesla would continue today to the upside. I know I don't feel that way. I feel like it's going to come right back towards the 220s and start heading back there towards 210, and then eventually could go towards 200. We'll see what happens there in Tesla. All right, let's keep going. We'll see some other stocks in the market today. BBLG pulled back there. Pulled back here towards the 350. It went to 352. Now could come back and take out that 380s. Go towards the 4s. Doesn't look bad. Made what? 1 attempt down there. 2 attempts down there. Let's do this 3rd attempt. And if it starts to swing back, I could take a shot here. And BBLG back to the upside. We'll see what happens here. First Solar already getting the lift there in the morning. I still like that one. Up almost towards the 219 spot. SoFi. Not looking too bad to make the move towards 770s and 8. So I'll keep watch on SoFi. I don't feel too positive on SoFi. I've already given up 2 big trades on SoFi. So we'll see what happens if that finally does move. But BBLG trying to make that cut down through that 350. Could reverse right back up here and then make the run towards 4. So I'm watching it here to maybe take a shot on the upside. All right, guys, it would be like 360s off 350s going towards the 4, and I'd have to go big really quickly. But at least I got a nice cushion, $2,400. I did this with 5,000 shares earlier. I'd probably do 5,000 again. I could go up to 10,000, but that's asking for it. We'll see what happens here. Now 360s starts to come in. I see the 370 wall. I see some bid support here. Looking to see if I can get the smallest little dip back here towards the 357s or the 360s, but it's starting to move. Let's see if it gets to push here and goes to 425 is definitely on the radar here. Now you're towards 360s. Still looking good here. I want to see a slight dip back towards the 360s, and then I'm going to go long here. Let's see if we can get it, guys. Let's see if we can get another trade on BBLG. All right, guys, made over, 10,000 in profit trading on Tesla and Nvidia and lost it all. Very painful. It happens, Bank of Joy. Don't worry. It happens to the best of us. All out Mobley for 350. MACD crossed on the 1 minute was the exit signal. Love to see that, guys. Love to see that. There's that attempt there. It went to the 360, so I missed my shot there to get it. So I'm trying to step up here to the 365, guys. Let's see if I can get the 365s at least. Have 3,000 out there at 365 and 360s. Did not get filled there, though, on that pullback to 360. That was a quick one. So looking to get 65s, and I have 60 out there. No fill on that pullback there. Now to 370s. Could just go through the $4. Of course, 375 is where the wall is. We'll look to see if that gets taken out and goes to 4. I'm looking to still get filled at 365. No pullback there to get me filled. Should have had the order out there at 360. It went back to it. Just didn't get the fill there. Now I could get a pullback to like 363s here. There's the pullback to 368s. So there to 370s. Missed the entry there, guys. That's a little frustrating, guys. Should have taken that 360 entry there. Didn't get the entry. I just canceled right now. Hey, man, just probably missed it here, guys. Could jump up to the 375s, but I hate buying the high of the day. I like buying that first little move there because I'd be at, 10-cent profit right now, looking for the real breakout to give me a nice gain. We'll see what happens there. A little slow on that action. You guys watched me do it. I looked over. I read Shane's. I looked back, and it was already back off of that 360. But that's just how it is, guys. That's how it goes sometimes. It's a fast boy. We'll see if this gets through there through the 380s and 390s. At some point, I think this gets to 425 and then starts to slow down, but doesn't look too bad right now. All right. Well, hey, you win some, you lose some. Sometimes you're going to get some entries. Sometimes you're going to miss the entry. That's a miss entry for me. And now I don't want to chase. Part of me is like, oh, we'll just jump up here. Well, no. That's just asking for it now. It was to buy it at that 60. And now if it comes back to that 60, it's not the same strong look, right? It's not the same look. We'll see what happens there. BBLG, can it get to 4? Find out, team. All right, looking around, guys, trying to find some trades. So let me go to my scanners here and see what I can find on the scanners. All right, this morning, seeing what's up there. Let's see. All right, to the downside, I'm seeing some other ones out there. But looking around, guys, Regeneron, not looking too bad. Of course, that had some earnings. So looking to see if there's any of these smaller names that show up here that stand out to me. Not much right now. Seeing some coal name get a little bit of a lift, but nothing that I see there that stands out to me. Jeppy. It's one that we can watch that on the comeback is VKTX. So VKTX there, guys, went all the way up there to 70s. Now has pulled back to 57. Will it get the next push? Keep that in mind. This stock moves fast. Lot of action on this stock. So we'll see if this starts to climb back here and starts to grind back to 65 and 70s. Could definitely make it back there towards like 62s. And that's still $5 ahead for a $50 stock. Definitely one to keep on the watch. BTU on the watch too. Some coal names could be making the move with energy. BTU already getting a little spike here in the pre-market towards 2350s. I'd look for maybe a quick pullback to 23 on that one. Not looking bad. HCC is another coal player that I'd be watching here. This has pulled back significantly, now starting to curl back above the 9 EMA on the radar today, guys. And this one makes moves, but the thing about HCC is the spread is wide. So be careful out there, guys. I do like some coal plays right now. It looks good on the charts. AMR is the last one I'd give here in the coal play. Maybe this makes a move to 320s today. Another one that has a bigger spread, so just be careful towards the open. BBLG now towards that 370s. We'll see if it makes that run. I had that attempted pullback to the 350s, 352s. So definitely that was a really good entry for the kind of the cup and handle pattern. And now towards 375, looking like it wants 4. Let's see if it makes that move to 4 now that you're back towards this 375 resistance area. All right, we'll look to see if that runs through. It's been a good gain for me, so I ain't going to be mad about it. Of course, original buy was 287, so maybe could have held on to that 287 and got all the way up here about $5,000. But hey, had to take a good cushion in the morning. Not a bad trade there in BBLG today. All right, guys, we'll see what else is out there. We'll keep pushing to see what we can find. Mobileye, not a bad trade there, Shane. And let's get ready for the bell here. It's about 9:26. We got about a couple minutes here, about 30 seconds till 9:27 and about 3 minutes towards the bell, something like that, 3 minutes and a half. We'll see if the market starts to turn around there. I'm seeing the market slow down here and starting to come back. And I think this is normal as you got some real upside in the morning. Watch out there, team. Lots going to be moving around. All right, taking a look around to see what else is making a move here. AXDX. Just looking around to see if there's anything that stands out to me, guys. This is a cheap name. Doesn't look too bad there. KPTI. Here's one that loves to spike and come right back down. So I'm going to put this one on the radar here, guys. I don't trade this one often, but I know it. And it's a common one. And look at the amount of volume that was put in here just recently on the 27th. And now you're starting to come back through that layer. Let's see if this wants to make a move today. Also a really cheap boy, right? Could undercut the 1 today and then go right back above the $1. So I'll keep this one on the radar today. KPTI, guys. What will happen to this one today? Definitely one to kind of keep a watch on. Just running through here, trying to find what is making a move and what could be pushing strong. And these stocks all have a kind of MACD cross up on the 15-minute and also have a price above the 20-day moving average. So good, strong stocks. That's what these are. INOD, we'll look to see if that gets back above the 21 spot. Can take a look at some other ones here to see what else is standing out to me. But not bad stocks here. Here's an expensive one in that similar space. Industrial distribution stock that's doing pretty well. Could make a move through the 230 today. But hey, not bad stocks to kind of keep a watch on there. BBLG, not making it there, guys. Still slowing up there. There has to be some repeat seller there in the 75s that we're not being able to run through. We'll see if we're able to run through them during the market open. All right, guys, it's 9:28. I've seen some best trades out there, still out there on huge Nvidias. This WINT, definitely some traders are trading, guys. So take a look at that one. That one might be making a move today. We'll see what happens out there, guys. Stay safe out there. A lot of action out there. We'll keep kind of trying to make some good trades here. Let's find out what moves today. First Solar already getting the lift here towards 219 in the pre-market. Could keep pushing through the 220s. Look for maybe run. Run's already to 19. Good Lord, this is already pushing here. Talked about this yesterday. Hey, it was down there back towards the support. Now going right back towards the 18. Take a look at these solar names. They could push today. Even SunPower is on the radar, guys. Maybe it makes a $1 move today, right? The $1 is right above it. It's at 88 cents. There's no reason why it can't come to like maybe 125s. I'll be watching some of these smaller ones to see if they can get the lift there. Any of these, I'll be watching, guys. I think that all of these we can keep a watch. Run Nova is another one to watch in the smaller names. It's a lot to take a look at, guys. All right, we'll see what else is out there. Let's see if we can get through that 380 spot on BBLG. Nova one to watch. Industrial plays out there. Definitely some that you guys can take a look at. GE on my radar also to see what happens here. 9:30, it's here, team. Be safe out there and get after it time. You guys know what time it is. It's time! They need to contract me for that start of the fight, man. Money Mitch, let's go, guys. All right, guys, time to take a look at the trading action and seeing what we can find today, guys. I know I'm going to take some shots. First Solar, first move up out the gates. Not a bad move there. All right, BBLG straight down out the gates here. BBLG's first one to start focusing on. I'm going to focus it on first the upside as I think it get to 425 and then the pullback. So right now, that's what I'm watching here, guys. I'll be watching that. Could be taking that trade here. And 5,000 to 10,000 is what I'm looking at. We'll see what happens here. Holding that 350 pullback. I like that 350 attempt there down. Now we'll look to see if this starts to bounce off this trend line, this 350 area. It's going to attempt it one more time. If this candle can turn green, I'll go long it. All right, into the 40s. Trying to wash out some traders here. And then I'm going to look for this to come right back up here. So still holding that cup and handle pattern. Just trying to reload VWAP right underneath it, right? So at this point, I'm not adding into here. I'm not even getting a size into this. I'm looking to take the shot. Mondelez giving me an alert there. Run, CNH. Definitely one to kind of watch in the smaller play. Netflix making that nice move. So market leader, definitely Netflix is one to watch. All right, that's the one that I'll probably be going after in that account. Market leader account, the account that I'm doing really well in, guys. Up about 3,400 in this. Netflix is the one that I want here. I'm looking for a pullback back down below the 631 to really get this going. But not looking bad at all. Let's see if I can get Netflix here on the pullback. I'm going to start trying to get some entry here. It's already pushing up there towards the 633s. Looking for a pullback back towards the 631s. Order out at 631. Need some pullback action in this. Can pull back towards the 629s. That's going to be the next layer that I'll do. All right, guys, it's up there to the 635s. We'll look to see if this can pull back and give me some entry fills back towards 631s. Looking for a pullback in Netflix. It's strong right out the gates. Let's see if I can get that pullback back to 631 and 629. That would put me at a 630 average. Looking for this to get to the 640s today. Not a bad move right out the gates. We'll look to see if Netflix does the VWAP bounce and come back here. BBLG, going back to that one, guys. That's down there now towards this 330s. Nothing much happening on that right now. We'll look to see if that can keep pushing. Looking around the market to see what else I'm seeing move. Definitely those solar names just pushed, guys. ENPH also pushing. So run, pushing. We'll look to see if that can kind of keep getting that lift. SPWR is another one that we'll see if it can go to the $1 spot today, but keeping an eye on that. Right out the gates here, I can see healthcare, utilities, defensive leading. So defensive leading is an interesting one because it could be popping into it and then getting shorted into. So Colgate-Palmolive is one that I'd be looking at there to see if that can get popped into the 100 and then fade off of that. Doesn't look too bad there. It's holding right above the VWAP right now and then could make a hard move to the downside. We'll see what happens there. All right, industrials is another one that I want to keep a watch on. It's just slightly green, so Caterpillar is one that I'm watching there. Just pulled back to the 347. We'll look to see if it takes the 315. Netflix, let's see if I get that pullback. Looking for the pullback there. Still no pullback towards the 631. Still no fill. I'll let you guys know if I do get that pullback fill. QQQ now starting to make the move right back to the upside. That could push some stocks up with this little kind of ramp back. So, hey, be careful out there, traders. A lot of action going to be shaking around here. BBLG now starting to hold the VWAP. We'll look for it to start making that move back here. It did kind of do a little bit of an undercut on that kind of cup and handle, but the 5-minute pattern is not done yet. Still could recover that 350, and then you're right back up. It's just a wick in that cup and handle pattern, and now you can start making the move higher. So I kind of like it here, guys. Just want to focus in on that BBLG. This is the one that I can make some good money. I think it could run to 4 today. Let's get ready to go and ready to rock and roll, baby. All right, holding in here, looking for that size at 340s to fill. There's 6,500 shares there. Once he gets filled, I'm going to look for this to come back. There's 330s, another order there at a nice size at 330s. So I'm looking for this to get hit here, comes back a little bit towards the 330s, and then swings right back to the upside. So you see 1, 2, 3 attempts to break that 330 area, 333. I'm looking for one more attempt there and then a quick sweep back. Here's that attempt, and there's the sizing at 332s and 330s on the level 2. I can show you guys that right now. Let me see if I can get that up so I can show you guys that. So I'm going to leave it right here. You guys can see it right there, the 320s now, the sizing right there. So it broke through that. Let's see if it quickly recovers that and puts a bullish engulfing candle in. If that starts to come back to here, like this 350, I could risk off this 330. Let's see what happens here. If not, this is a let go and could come right back towards 3. So sizing did feel somewhere in between this kind of 335s to 330s. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Now the sizing starting to slow down there. Now more sizing at 322. So that could be that seller off of the bid. KRE crossing down. So starting to see some financials going, looking like it might go red today. That's another area that I could look for some downside action in, is some banks to see what happens there. Healthcare leading to the upside. Utilities now taking lead. And of course, wouldn't you guys know it, taking a look at some of these, Excel Energy, Nextera Energy, pulling back to the 76. We'll look to see if that gets a nice little push. BBLG going back to it. Now it's starting to try to come back here. Held at 330s. Let's see if this can actually start to make an up move. What are you guys seeing out there in the chat, guys? Smash the like. Die, Roblox, die. You guys are funny, man. $1 red candle on serve. Hope no one got smoked on that. Oh, maybe they got it on the short side. Yeah, that thing's breaking down fast there. Could see a continued breakdown. I'd like it to come back to 17. Yell at me if it goes back to 17. I'll take a look at that. EVgo getting a push today, guys. This is a battery maker that's getting a nice little push. So we could take a look at the sympathy play, which is Blink charging. 340s right now. Let's see what happens there on Blink to see if it starts to drive. Nice daily pattern here for 350s to break out back towards the 375s. And it's a penny stock, guys. It's a penny stock that actually has a business. So EVgo definitely on watch today. That's already breaking towards the 475. Maybe that gets to the $5 spot. Looking for a quick little pullback on that towards the 450s. I wouldn't mind maybe taking a shot on EVgo to the upside. So BBLG is back towards the 336. We'll look to see if that makes the move, but this is not a bad one to watch. EVgo, we'll find out here, guys. I'm going to actually look at this one for the penny account. I'm way down in the penny account, so I'll take a big shot on this EVgo to see if it goes to 5 here. All right, seeing what happens on this EVgo. There's a little pullback to the 460s here. Looking at the 5-minute, 15-minute charts, is 443s on pullbacks. Yeah, 440s at the VWAP. So VWAP does make sense here. I'm going to go ahead and start trying to get a fill here. All right, guys, just grabbed a little bit there. 5,000 shares there in the penny account on EVgo. Looking to add some more here if it cuts down towards the 43s. Come on, come back down towards that 40s. It's looking good there off the VWAP. All right, liking it back above the 51 spot. So just added there. You guys can see it. Now I'm about 10,000 shares here. So let me fix this filled orders so you guys can see that. There it is. There's the position. I got 449, 10,000 shares, looking for this move to go back towards the 5. So the VWAP attempt here. Nice move back towards the 54s. About to take some more here, guys, and take a shot here. There it is to the 60s. Now as it goes to the 65s, I'll add again. Got 15,000 shares there, 452. Let's see if this can really run, guys, and I can make a nice little trade in the penny account here. On pullbacks, I'll be adding here and looking to add towards the 445 spot. Put 444s out. There it is, back down. Woo. Quick move back down there, guys. Trying to fill in on this pullback here. I'm at 46 here. So looking for 35s on one more ad here. I'm adding in on the pullback, looking for the EVgo to make that nice little quick move back to 5. I'm going to go focus on BBLG in a second here, but filling in towards this EVgo. 430s is the ad now from here. Got some orders at 430s, 428s, and 425s. Holding in well. We'll look to see if this holds the 50 EMA there and starts to make that up move. Boom, it came back and got me there, guys. It came quick there. Filled those orders at 426, stopped me out there on the penny account. I'm out of that one. Going to the bull run account. That penny account, it's not looking good on that one. I'm going to leave that one alone, guys. That's for sure. That one has not done well. WINT, though, that one did do well. No one yelled at me early enough. Shane, where you at? Great open for WINT. The chat's focusing on their trading. I could see it. No one's talking about that one. All right, we'll look to see what happens on EVgo a little later today. But hey, at least maybe I'll go after it in the bull run account. Got stopped out there. Could still go after EVgo. We'll look to see if it comes back up there. It is starting to bounce back already. Netflix, no fill on that one on the money leader account. I'm going to probably cancel those orders because they're just sitting out there. I hate sitting orders. All right. Netflix here. Time to cancel these orders. All right, let's go back. Let's start looking at maybe some short side action here. See what I can short. Could still see Tesla making another move to the upside, so still respecting that. Colgate-Palmolive starting to come down. That actually looked good off that 99.50s. Look to see if we keep getting lower there and defensives go red. That's one thing to look at. PG is another way to look at that, and you're starting to get a nice little decline there. So it doesn't look too bad there. You're starting to really start to come back down on those. Netflix just continuing the strength, never giving me that chance to get in. It's already to 637. I was looking at it at 633s. Would have definitely been a nice one to run on. Nova. Solar names really doing strong right now, guys. So those are the names that I feel like are really good names right now. Those solar stocks doing really good. First Solar, another one that's doing well. They're holding the VWAP now. We'll look to see if Sun Power or some of those kind of smaller names start to make that little lift. Beam is another one, kind of smaller name that could get a move today. EMPH actually pulling back below the VWAP here, giving you an opportunity for the move back towards the upside. Doesn't look too bad if it can hold here, recover the 116, go back towards the 118. We'll look to see if technology can stay in the green and solar kind of lead there. Solar's leading right now. So I don't mind this EMPH kind of cut down attempt. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad off this 115 to hold this 115. So 1, 2, 3, maybe a fourth attempt here on the downside. Then the EMPH could come right back up. Doesn't look too bad there, guys. All right, this is one that I could trade in the market leader account. I'm looking at ENPH. I'd like it down towards the 115. That's really the layer that it could kind of hold on the hourly. Start to hold that hourly support and then come right back up. There's that undercut there. We'll see if EMPH starts to make the move right back to the upside. Nova, almost to 9 now, guys. So Nova, really nice move there. BBLG holding in that 330s, but not really making a move there. CDNA. Carrot Dex. Moving all around, just chomping around, guys. Looking for some trades out there. Looking for something that's moving fast there. Lumen Technologies really kind of getting that nice little lift there. LUMN. Not a bad move there. EVgo back above the 450 spot. So, man, that was a definitely a takedown attempt on me. We'll look to see if this starts to get back up there towards the 450s and makes a run to 5. How's Blink doing now? Hanging off of that 336. BBLG just still hanging off of those 330s. There's definitely some 330 buyers, but they could break in a second here. Netflix straight up today, guys. Definitely missed this one, guys. It's hard to focus on all the accounts. I will say that. 4 accounts is a little difficult. I think I should have just focused on market leaders today. Even though I'm doing good in the bull run account, market leaders is the account that I feel like I can make a nice little win on. So I got to go looking for that one, see if what's another trade that I can maybe go after. Maybe it's this SoFi trade there, but let me see what's leading the market right now in those that SPY trade. Meta, of course, not looking too bad there. Need to look at change from the open. All right, let's take a look here to see what's leading. FMC is kind of leading the upside action, 6% higher. CHW, TFX, CMI. Just looking at some of these, DXCM. Now that's a nice little breakout. That's a nice little breakout in Dexcom. So medical device care names doing well. Solar, nice little lift there. So ENPH, man, I'm going to go after ENPH here. All right, there's ENPH starting to get the lift already there. So let's see if I can get this, guys, and start trying to get a nice little pullback. All right, guys, just took a little bit there, guys. I'm only 100 shares there. Now going to add on the pullbacks back towards 115.50s. So 115.50s, willing to add on that. I already just took 100 shares. Want to add more on this, but need it to pull back towards that 115.50s, 115.60 area. All right, got some orders out for pullback entries to fill. Starting to make the move already here, so looking good there as it starts to push. Nice little push there, up towards 116.80s now. And of course, I need to get some bigger sizing on this, so if I can't get the bigger sizing, that's fine. I'll keep looking at some other names to maybe get some sizing. Just need pullbacks now towards like 116. All right, we'll look for a little bit more pullback in EMP8 before it takes off. If not, I'll just keep that kind of size that I have right now. All right, BBLG now starting to make the move back here. Let's see what happens with BBLG to see if it wants to make that move to 4. That's going to be on the bull run account. I'm down about 8K on this, so I just got to go big. Try to get an early entry and then get a nice little move here. All right, BBLG has been trying to hold on these bottom attempts there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that always looks good. You could get an attempt towards this 331s first and then the move right back up. So looking to see if it makes that downside attempt here, and then breaks towards the 355s. Here it comes back here. It's trying to reload on the VWAP. Not really getting the volume that it needs there. WINT is also the big stock that has been making the move there. So I'm going to go looking at that one, guys. That one's back down towards the 11. Just hit there, the 1056 on the 9-minute pullback. So that's one to take a look at there. This one's going to be moving all over the place. So just be careful out there, traders. If you trade this one, you got to give yourself the room. That's the hardest thing. 1019s, 10 pullback seems to make sense for me there. That's where it came from, the halt. So I'm going to look for a quick little dip there in this WINT. Forget BBLG. I'm looking at this one, guys. All right, going to see if I can get the 10 pullback there on this. 1016. 500 there. Got 1016, 10 out there. 980s. Putting out a ladder here for this WINT. Oof, no fill there on that. That was a tough one not to get the fill. All right, here comes the comeback here, guys. I'm looking to try to get some fill here on WINT. All right, guys, just took a little bit there, just 100 shares just to get the starter on. Now I'm really looking to get the sizing here through the 10s. Just holding off this 1016 level. Oh, did it halt? Yeah, it halted. How did it halt there, man? That's not even 10%. I don't know how I got a halt there, man. That's a little bit of a weird one. I don't know why that one halted there. It doesn't make sense for me to see a halt there, at least from how my understanding of a halt rule. I don't know, but that thing halted there. We'll see what happens on that. I only got 100 shares though, so I got orders out there right now that are just sitting there. That's the thing that gets a little annoying because the orders are sitting. I'm gonna cancel those orders right now, guys, because I don't want to get just pop fills on the entry there, but it is on the halt. We'll see what happens. Netflix, look at that thing go, man. No pullback in Netflix. EMPH doing well, but not as well as Netflix. We'll see if I can get EMPH to come down and kind of fill me there, but it's doing well. It's just nothing that's going to make the account, right? I mean, that's the truth there. All right, looking around out there, guys. How we doing? Day Trade Tony, since when SoFi in the S&P 500? Or have I missed something? Yeah. I mean, Day Trade Tony, you can take a look at what stocks are in the 500, right? There's a lot of stocks there that you might be surprised, right? I could take a look and kind of show you some of those, but hey, just take a look out there to see what you can find, right? I mean, I have a list here that I can just go off of. That's what I've been doing, right? Let me go ahead and float this. So you can see right here, guys, S&P 500 component stocks, right? You can scroll it up, guys. And the big thing is also look at the lower price names, right? There's some names that you'd be surprised. Warner Brothers, American Airlines, Ford, WBA. You can take a look through this list, right? You're trying to find some smaller names. You can take a look to see maybe MOS, right? There's some smaller names on the price tag here. You want to look at the smaller ones maybe if you're trying to take a bigger trade, right? Like NCLH. You know what? This is one that we can go for in the market leader one right here. NCLH, right? Nice looking pattern, has pulled back. I like the daily. If it starts to work back to 19 today, maybe it goes back to that 1943s. Looking like it has a nice little 5-minute sideways pattern here. Going to look to see if it goes back towards the 880s and the 19. Not a bad one to take a look at here that I could size in and looking for a bigger move. So I'm going to let this try to break down through the 1861s, but looking for it to come back through 1880s and then it could get big. SoFi, not one of those, but just going to keep going through it, right? Just looking at the list. That's what I'm looking at here. And especially like kind of the change from the open, like FMC, CHRW. These are the names that are moving today. So I can also trade these and try to catch them. First Solar was one that I definitely wanted to catch, but hey, that's already gone. DXCM is doing well. LRCX, that's actually doing not too bad there. Biggest name right there, that's FMC. EMPH pulling back there, so I think I might get this attempt back towards 115s. I'm actually setting up below 115 for my ads there. Let's go looking at NCLH here. See if it starts to work back towards the 1880s. You know what? I'm just going to set here a stop buy if it does come back there. So 1880s. Got too much in the MPH right now, so trying to set up what I can set here. All right, I can do 5,000. I'll do 5,000 on a stop buy back through 1880s. All right, let's go back to the buying run, the battle, right? The bull run stock here. WINT should open up in just a second here. So need to pay attention to this and take a shot here. How's that BBLG doing there? Let's take a look at that one. That one came right back towards 328s, and it looks like it's breaking down. So if anything, that one might be the one for me to go for a kind of short trade. Serve back up to 1670. So I can look either at a bullish trade or a bearish trade on this one. I'm going to look at a bearish trade on this one here. It could still turn into a bullish trade, but I like this one for a bearish trade here. Serve. If it starts to rip to the upside, hey, I can go ahead and start taking a look at some other ones there. Daily chart still has a nice little pullback that it could still make a run to 20 and maybe even higher today. So keeping a watch on SERV. It's going to be both sides of the trade here. Kind of a resistance, kind of support kind of attempt here. There's 1685s now. It could go back to the open here. So I'm giving it a chance to get a little bit of a spike here and then going to look to see if it rejects here, especially the 17. 17 is a good layer to see that rejection and for me to risk off of right above that towards like maybe 1725. So it doesn't look too bad there. Let's see if I can get a break through 17 and then a move right back down. Also, Tesla could be one that I could look at for the short, right? That's going up there, no, right now around 229, kind of holding in there. Here's SERV starting to get that lift there. Could break out through the 17 also. That's still on the radar there for you guys on the upside too. Keep your eyes out there, guys. There's now 1698s. 17 shows up for a second there. 1705. All right, guys, got the starter there at 17. Only 1,000 shares. Willing to go bigger, but need to just get the starter there and then start to see this start to chomp around this 17 because you could easily get this spike reaction like I'm getting right now, right? And so now you got to just focus in. 1725s could be the ad there. Order out at 1725 to add another 1,000 shares. Taking the shot here in the bear challenge. I'm up about 1,300 on this account. So got to take a shot. There's SERV. Not getting through that layer right now. Putting it up a little higher now that we're back towards the 17s. I can always mark it in and add. So I have it up towards the 36 right now. Really need to see this reject opening price 17, right? So 17 right at the opening there. 1718. So 1718 rejecting right now. Close above that really starts to get the concern there. Now back towards the 1710s. 17s. All right, just hammered on. Now 2,000 shares. Back to 1690s here. Looking good. Going to look for a nice little pop in here to get short and get short big. And then from there, it should just kind of collapse back down, at least if I'm going to get that type of trade. So there's that attempt back to the upside. Now going to look for it to kind of break down here, guys. So now jumping on it on the hammer on the downside. 3,000 shares. 4,000. 5,000. Now looking for moves back to get at 17. I can add more. And then the 1690s, I can add some too. Got at 17 and 1705. Can put 1710s. Orders out to add here. Getting short big here on SERV. All right, going to see if this can start to break here. Got to go ahead and take a look here at the level 2 to see what's going on here. I can see the kind of the levels for the upside, of course, 17. Now I see low volume here on the bid side, so that's actually not too bad. I want to see if we can start to do a takedown back towards 16 here. Let's see what happens. All right, catching up with you guys in the chat. I see Lumen mentioned out there. Tesla, much weaker than the markets. Google is going crazy. Lumen. All right, definitely ones to watch. How is Google? Oh, man, Tesla with a big rip to the upside, guys. Google up to 175. So definitely seeing some bullish action there. The MPH, no fills on the pullbacks there. Still trying to get some of that. And then NCLH. Didn't come back for that 1880s. I'll tell you that much at least. That's down to the 1830s. There it goes. Now down below that level, the 1660s now starting to show up here. All right, guys, in a second here, I'm going to go step up to the plate big. Oh, I got a rejection there. If not, I would have got another good amount of sizing there. Seeing 87 on the offer. Trying to get some filled here at the 85s. Trying to size in here. All right, guys, trying to get some more share size here. Just got to do it at the right pricing here. All right, just added some there at the 85s on the bid. Still got some orders out to add at 1707 and 1710 if I get a pop fill. So I got 7,016.89s. All right, it's looking good there. Just rejected that 90s move. Could still go through the 17, so still got that there. There's a nice rejection back towards the 86. Slow down here. Got to be careful with the slowdowns. When they get the slowdown, a lot of the times it's the algos trying to make that kind of decision for the up and down move. I got 1688, so at least the average isn't the worst. 8,000 shares here. There's the 85s now, 84s. Need to see this start to break down below the VWAP, back towards the 1670s I can add. All right, got to go look at the bull run account and kind of focus in on WINT. WINT, I'm going to step up to the plate here, guys. All right, guys, just bought some there of WINT. Going to look to see if I can add some more on this. Got 5,000 shares on WINT. Trying to go long here and get a nice big win. There's 1020s now, looking really good on that. Got to look for a pullback back into the 9s here to see if I can get some pullback fill. 990s, 980s. I'm going to put for 980s here. Actually, I'll just go for 1000s. I could still fill a lot here. I got a 5,000 at 1001 right now. This could go back to 12, so that's $10,000 available. Don't need to go big too quickly. Gonna keep looking around out there, guys. See what happens. Serve back down to the 1678, so that's actually looking decent. Just got to keep waiting on serve to add that remaining share size. What's up out there, traders? How we doing out there? You getting after it? Who's winning? Who's taking the gold today? How's the trading action going? BMEA, not a bad one. We'll keep a watch out there, guys. WINT. I got a $2,000 cushion on this, and that's what's going to help me really take the size. But I got to be waiting till I start to see that pop back, right? Goes back to 11, and then I can really start to size in on pullbacks. There's 1019s on that WINT. With Would love to see a hold to the upside now. Let's see what happens here, guys. 5-minute 9 EMA holding well. Prior resistance acting as support around the 980s. We've undercut it just about 3 times here. So maybe one more downside attempt and then really should get that nice lift. So we'll be setting up here for some pullback ads here. 960, 940, $9 just to put it out there on the pullback. All right, there's a first move towards the 1030s. Now I'm going to look to try to add some on the pullback here. Anything below 10, I will add here on this. Trying to step up here, going up there towards the 980s. Now we're starting to make that move. Now this is what I'm talking about. You see how the net P&L is moving fast here. So looking good at this. Now I need to be careful. Don't want to overexpose too early. Looking for pullbacks below 10 to take ads. If not, through 11s is when I can start to add bigger. Just want to wait till I'm up at full buck and I'm up 5,000. And then I can really use that 5,000 to maybe even take the cash, be up 7,000, and then take even bigger risk and return, right? I need to be taking those trades quickly, taking that profit. We'll see what happens here on WINT. If I would have already been adding at 1050, I'd ruin that average. Serve though, serve. Let's go to that one. Let's go looking at serve. Serve trying to make me, get me into that, get me that account, baby. Let's go. I'm up 3,900 on that serve trade. Let's see if this can get to 16, guys. If it gets to 16, I don't mind taking all the money and running. Even 1620s, guys. I'm going to take it here. If it comes back down to 1620s. I know you don't see it on the chart right now. I'm sorry, guys. You can see it in the money down here. I'm just trying to take the money on serve here in just a second here. I'm up a pretty damn good amount here, guys. In the 29s. I'm going to put it out right now, guys, to go ahead and take that money. Boom. There we go, guys. 4,940 there. Got a 7,000 cushion there in the bear battle. So not a bad one there, guys. Serve. Taking that money right there. Could have kept going towards the 16, but I feel like I'm being greedy. The stock comes back to 1675, and then I'm upset. $7,000 in the green there. Going back to the bull battle. Got to go keep battling out there, guys. WINT. Focusing on that one now. All right, there's 1051s there for WINT. It's starting to make that nice little boom move there. There's 1060s now. I like this, guys. I'm about to step up here, but need to see it start to get towards the 11 first. Then I'm looking for a pullback to like 1050. All right, guys, starting to really make some cash here. Let's go. Let it rain today, baby. Let's go. Let's get some money. Let's get that cash, guys. Not been doing good for the challenge. Been struggling. What's going on, Bullseye? It's the paper account, baby. You can nail that one. Tesla much weaker than the markets. Yeah. That's for sure. Well, give me a second, guys. The dogs are barking here. I'll be right back. All right, team, I'm back. Sorry about that. The dogs went barking and Walmart came delivering. You know how that goes, guys. All right, now WINT trying to reload there, trying to get back up there towards the 1060s. It didn't go straight towards the 12, and that's a sign of concern because it should get that breakout, right? And so there's the breakdown attempt there, guys. Could see a down hole on this, so I got to be careful here as I'm starting to get down a pretty significant amount. Got to be careful for those quick dips here to just stop me out. So I do have add orders, but they're down there, guys. So that's another thing to keep in mind. We'll see what happens here. All right, going to put some more limits here on the pullbacks to see if I get some more fills. 920s, 940s, things like that. So way away from the action, but if I do get filled, I'll probably be averaging down about halfway down. All right, back towards the 1016. That's actually not bad. I just need to see this start going through towards 11. Once I start seeing that towards the 11, that's really where I'm going to size up and take a big swing. Right now, I do have some limits sitting there, but at the same time, I'm going to cancel them because the truth is they're pulling back there, and they're probably going to give me that quick downfill, and that's not what I'm looking for right here. I want to stay in the battle here. I got to be smart. If anything, I can reassess, get out, and come back in is what I'm looking at right now. But the key is it needs that kind of crack down. I can lose 1,000 or 2 on this. I don't want to lose the 5 or the 7,000 right now. So just got to be smart, understand where the stop out is. That's going to be closer towards, let's say, you could lose about the 2 or 3. Let's do like 940s. So 940s shows up on the bid and it starts running through that. I'll get out. They're bouncing around, guys. So it seems like a lot of the trades have to be those quick trades. That's the way that I've made the money as of late. So I'm going to continue watching trades like that. All right, going back to the account that I'm doing the best in, which is the market leaders account. EMPH is actually getting me hit here, and I'm starting to get some fills. So in the second here, I got to size up in EMPH. All right, guys, got some limits to add on EMPH through the low of the day right now. I got 113.60s, 113.40s, 113.20s, and down to 113. So it would need to break the low of the day to give me some more fills, but we'll see what happens there if I can get that day break and then it starts to work its way back. Back through 115 is where I can size in, use that 400. I got about 500 shares right now, 115.17. All right, we'll see what happens on the MPH if I get those down fills and it starts to come back. I'm also taking a look at NCLH and other ones that are cheaper just to take a look at that. American coming down. That's not looking too great, but let's keep going, guys. Let's keep it moving today, guys. The bear challenge, I can look for another trade here. Serve is starting to drop. Tesla, though, dropping fast. It went up to the 232 range, guys. That's where Tesla started to get hit, and it's getting hit hard right now, and it's looking like it's going to continue to get hit hard. So moves back towards the support is where I want to get short. 229 is the risk right now. So, hey, I need some kind of pop back above the VWAP, but Tesla starting to break and not looking good there. Looking like it's starting to come to the downside there. I would love to see a pop back towards the 229s or 230s. To get big on the short, but a lot of times how Tesla's been, it's when it starts to go down, it goes down like this fast and it starts to drop fast. So it is coming down pretty significant right there. You keep watch. Qs overall pulling back a pretty good amount there. BBLG, how's that one now? 324s and hanging on. We'll see if it ever comes back here. All right, let's go back to WINT. There's so much going on, guys. Got to go looking back at WINT. I'm down big on this now, so got to keep watch on it. Here comes the 920s fast, guys. I just took my eyes off of it for a second there. All right, back to the 979, 980s here. The spread is just wide here on WINT. The spread is about 30 cents here, so just be careful out there, team. About to set a stop here at the $9, but that's just a $5,000 stop out. Would still be able to trade a little bit there. Probably got about 3,000 left if I could hit there. But for right now, I'm just kind of keeping a close eye on it. See if it can work its way back here. 950s on the bid. Come on, WINT. I need a big runner. Add another 5,000 shares on this if it starts to come back up towards the breakout, but still nothing right now. Got 5,100. Any other ones making moves out there, guys? What do you guys see out there? Any penny names? What's up? All right, guys. Meta. Meta short die. I see the evilness on that one. Don't like Zucker, do you? Tesla continuing down, man. That thing's going to be a chase for me. I hate chasing. Tesla now down to 227.40s. Serve looks like it could keep breaking down. WINT, just playing with people right now, guys. Just playing with people. Just trying to get a little bit better position here in WINT, but it's like just shaking all around here. And I'm thinking, maybe do I just cut it a little bit here and try to reassess on any pullback? But I mean, this is the spot. Like, I mean, it did the kind of the 1, 2, 3, 4 undercut. Now I need to start seeing it recover the 10 and make a quick move to 11. That's really where it's at, man. Back up into this spot here, even back towards the 1050s, 1060s, 11. That's really where I need to step up to take a big swing on this trade. So I'm going to put their like 1060s out there already. $10.60 and 11 for ads. Just going to put it out there. If I get hit on these stops, they're going to be quick ads. They can get me a pop fill too and to kind of ruin my average, but I'm going for the big win here. I just want to see WINT just break out here. And if that happens, I'll get the big win. Setup is all you can do a lot of the times. Serve now to 1610, so maybe could have held on to that one a little bit more, but hey, that's just me getting picky. Serve down to 1614s, could break the 16 and keep going down as the daily starts to break down, and it could go towards maybe even 1350s. So we'll see what happens here if it starts to bounce, but there's the 16 break. We'll look to see if it keeps going. Definitely on the breakdown there. Mobileye, back to the VWAP there. This actually doesn't look too bad. I know that you were looking at this one earlier in the day. Maybe this one could keep going down. We'll see. It is breaking down big and continuing to break down, but it's not bad for a VWAP fade there. for it to hit 17s, maybe even 1750s, and then eventually come back towards 16s. We'll see what happens if that starts to fade. EV go back down to 4. So that was a trap earlier. BBLG breaking down now towards the $3. So that one definitely just broke down, guys, and gave it up. That's for sure. WINT not doing much here, guys, and it's starting to get to the point where I'm getting impatient. I hate getting stuck in these trades here. And this is what I mean by stuck, where I'm just watching, not doing anything, just pretty much stuck onto the trade. Come on, come on. What you gonna do when they come for you? Canceling my stops. Trying to get something moving here. Something got to happen here on WINT. The volume just completely faded away here now. That's another thing to know. And when that happens, it's such a trap type of trade now. The volume needs to increase on the move. If not, it's going to fade off of this because it doesn't have the move to keep driving through these. There's 89s on the offer by 75. Now 80s on the offer there. $990s. There's 980s, guys. I'm going to reduce size here just to kind of bring down the risk here. I need to start seeing this lift through like 10 and 11, and then I can take the big kind of trade off of it. But right now it's not doing much, and it's easy to just get me out. There it starts to go back into the 10. Let's see if this really wants to go here. Not going to add on it until I get through that 10, going back towards 11, and then I'll look for pullbacks, and I'll just size into it as it's breaking out versus trying to size in it on pullbacks. See right there, you're back on the bid towards 82. Here's that spread wide. Let's see if WINT actually makes a run today. All right, guys, what are you guys thinking out there? It's almost 10:30s. What are you watching there? Moderna for a breakdown. All right, I got a super short trade on BBLG. Got it just before the big fat red candle. Took 16 cents and walked away. Boogie woogie. You take that. You do a little dance and say it's all good. Not looking bad at all. 16 cents. We'll take that. This WINT just doesn't want to run. All right, guys. I'm just not seeing it on this one right now, guys. If it just runs after this, I'm going to get a little frustrated, of course, like everyone would. But enough is enough, right? Ticking time bomb. Nothing going to happen here right now. I'm just getting out of it, guys. I just took the trade off there, guys. Took like a $900, $1,000 loss, but I'm still in the green on the day. What this does is that it leaves me to a trade later. I don't need to take all that right now. I'll just wait. I'll take the big sizing when I actually start to see some trades starting to break out. This is not one of them right now. So if you guys see a smaller name out there that you guys want to talk about, throw them up, man. I'll be watching. I'm looking for some trades. All right, not seeing much right now, guys. Just looking around to see what I can find. It's making at least some type of move there. BMEA, this is one of those that could fade towards the end of the day. It's been doing really well. Multiple attempts to break this 750 and go to 8. In the same spot as this WINT, and we'll look to see if WINT goes now that I'm out of it. Maybe that's all that I needed to happen. Just get me out of it. We'll see, guys. Tesla said, yep, I ain't coming back. I'm just going to fade, hard fade. Sir, breaking towards the 1575. So not a bad trade at all today on that one. Took the gains and kind of ran away with it. But at the same time, it was a pretty decent trade there, right? Not bad at all. All right, up 7,000 on this. Got to take a big boy trade and got to keep scalping maybe. Maybe that's the way I go about it on the short side. Maybe it's scalping Tesla. I'm going to look to scalp some different names. Like maybe I go WNT to the short side now. I don't know about that one specifically, but BBLG continuing to drop through that 3. That doesn't look that great there. LUMN. Lumen pulled back towards the 4 here. Look to see if it makes the next move back above the 4, or will it start to fade back down? Shack. The Shake Shack was up big, now starting to fade a little bit there. How'd that KPTI doing? It hasn't done anything. It's trying to hold the $1 pullback. Look to see if some volume comes in on that, but not much volume right now. All right, guys, looking around, guys. What are you guys taking a look at? Throw them up in the chat. What's up, man? All right, guys. Hidden seller on Moderna at 101. So many orders going through on the time and sales, and it's not breaking. Yeah, Shane, that happens sometimes. That's that dark pull in action. Moderna at 101. We'll see. I don't mind it. So the way that I look at it on that one is hourly resistance might come into play. So the hourly move is a move back towards 105. I feel like it's stuck in the middle here on the VWAP fade. So the VWAP fade is usually a move, hard move down and fades right on the VWAP. This is kind of more setting up for the VWAP, what I call fake out fade, where it goes up back above the VWAP. You now start to get that kind of rule of 3 to come into play. 1 up, 1 down, 2 up, 2 down. Could get that 3rd up move where it hits the resistance here at the 101, like kind of 50s. Then you'll start to see if you get that downside action move and it breaks that 3rd support area and you really start to kind of cut back through the 100. You could still hit that resistance and then just break through it going back towards the 103. This is a bullish, like 1 minute setup and kind of more of a bearish, kind of probably 15-minute setup. As you guys can see, the 15-minute would be a trend line rejection here off the 102 and back down towards the 98. So the trade's there. And it's going to be looking good on both sides, either the 1 minute, the 5, the 15. That's just how it goes sometimes. This BEMEA already starting to break from that 750s. Tried to get through it multiple times. This one wasn't a bad one to maybe think of like a scalping action, right? So I could still do it, right? Off of this like 750, kind of scalp it back to 7. Doesn't look too bad here. This one already went from 765 down to 7 and now starting to come back down, right? And so a lot of topping, and just put it in what? A graveyard doji. Who knows what that pattern is right there? That's that graveyard doji. Shouldn't get back above this kind of 754s. Not looking too bad to maybe take a scalp opportunity off of that. You can see how you cut down. You went back up above that. Now you could reject the 90 EMA, the 750s breakout, and it comes right back towards that $7 here. Doesn't look bad there, guys. I might take a little trade on this. This is going to be kind of more of a scalp type of trade, right? So I got to keep it quick, fast entry, maybe 2 entries, but then just right back down, right? So let's see if I can get it here. 4,000, 740s on the bid. I'm looking for close to 750s. There we go. Just got their 753s, guys. Shorted about 4,000 shares there. So now I'm looking for like 750s or something in the 750s to add another 4,000 shares short here. There's 53s. I'll take it. All right, guys, just shorted there now. I got 8,000 shares. Got to make sure that I understand where my risk is. Not going to let it get through the 770 spot. That's the 15, it's about 1,500 in risk there. Looking for this to come right back down towards the 720 area, 710s, and I can take the money and run. All right, there's the 750s showing up again. 760s rejection here. If I can break down back towards the 740s, I want to add at that 740 breakdown. So I'm going to do 739 and sell another 4,000 shares there if it gets there. Trying to take some shots on a different type of trade here, guys. What do you guys think about that? A little bit of a scalp short here. Got my out button if I need it. Gonna cancel that stop ad there. Might just market it in. All right, looking good there. It's rejected this multiple times. Now need to see this not really close back above this. There's that breakout to the upside, the fake out. Let's see if it goes through that 71. That's where I get out, guys. And I get out, and that's fine. I can lose 1,000 on this. 1,500, not bad. That fake out to the upside, now back towards the 60s. That's looking good there. Now I start to see that cut down. Now I want to go ahead and add in around the 750s to the short side. The spread's widening out here. That's why I haven't added. Just looking for one little tick up where the bid is close to the offer, like 751 or 755 by 750, and then I'm going to hammer. Looking good, looking good. All right, we're going for the 40s breakdown. That's actually a good look here. So back through the 740s, I can even add on that. Not going to add it to 730s there because I'm just going to get caught. So I'm going to set up here 745s. I don't mind that. And I'll put a sell about 4,000 shares there. So 4,000 shares back towards 745. I'll take another 4,000. I'll be up towards 12,000 shares on this and looking to knock it down towards 710s. Could add at 730s as it starts to continue to break if I wanted to and just keep stepping it up. But the scalp reopens, right? And so on the scalp, I'm looking for at least a 1 minute hold and 10 cents, right? So just to understand that. Taking some shots, guys. What's up out there, guys? All right, guys. I take too much size and paper and then I get burned. Yeah. And the key there is it's happened to me plenty of times this week, right? And like always, man, you know, one of the things is day trading, you got to understand your personality. What is your personality like? Do you like the quick trade? Do you feel okay when you quickly lose also? So a lot of people feel good when they quickly win, right? But some people really get destroyed mentally when they quickly lose. I will say I'm one of those people. I don't like it, guys. It doesn't match my personality. Swing trading is more my personality. So, hey, you guys got to try to find what works best for you. Have I always been trying to find it? Yes, like always, right? There's that BMA now down towards that 719, 715s. Looking good, guys. About to take some profits here. All right, guys, going to take some profits here. Let me see if I can get the 715s back down there. 715s on the bid there. Let me get 720s here. All right, 720s, 4,000 shares to take half of it off there. Trying to take some out there. Still not fills there. Boom, now I got that fill. And it went to 710 there, so not bad. Got part of that fill now. Now I won't lose on this trade. Gonna set a stop loss break even here. Looking for this to go back through the 7. Back through the 7, I'll take some more gains. And bada bing, bada boom, baby. Let's go, Money Mitch. Trying to battle today, baby. Trying to battle. Give it to me. Left hook, the 1-2 uppercut, baby. Got to give them that Then when they swing that right hand, boom! that Mike Tyson left hook, baby. Stepping and swinging, baby. Who's getting it with me? Who's getting after it today, guys? 8,450 in the account today on that short account here. Just saw a breakdown towards 7, and I missed it, guys. I was there swinging, literally. Haha, pun intended. Let's see if it goes back down below the 7 here. Back down through the 725s, and I just got to take the money. But really would like to see this breakdown through the 7. And then I'm looking really good here. Let's go. Let's go. Got down there to 691s, man. Let's go ahead. Let's see if I can break back towards the 670s here. Boom, boom. Let's go. Let's go. What happened to that WINT, man? I still got trade ability on that. Man, someone let me know if that thing ever wakes up, because I feel like it's going to wake up, but maybe in the afternoon. You know how that goes. All right, guys, still got about $1,000 available here to me. Just want to see this kind of reject the 725, the VWAP 728, and just start to crack down back through the 6, back through the 7, going towards the 675. Should have definitely taken that 7. I'll be honest. I missed that. I was here just flaunting when I should have taken that gain. Maybe I'm better off trading the large caps. Hey, maybe you got to test it out. And I think that's another thing that I think Trade the Pool really helps out, right? Because like you could do paper trade all you want, really. But I think what you really need to see is how can I trade and execute something that has some pressure, like a package, right? That I'm trying to get the evaluation. I can take some swings, take some shots, really learn underneath my belt what is a really truly profitable trade for me and what isn't. When we don't know this, essentially we are admitting that we don't have edge in the market. And this is so important and so vital, because if you don't have edge, then you're just gambling. And gambling is fine, right? You can win in gambling. I win in gambling all the time. It's how I won this jersey, right? I mean, I do sports betting all the time. But the truth is, even in sports betting, I look for an edge. Everybody should be looking for an edge, and we need to ask ourselves, if we don't have an edge, how can I get that edge, right? Where can I learn some skills and get some skills underneath my belt so that I can have an edge in trading? It's so important. We need to ask ourselves that. And what's that edge, right? Is it a strategic edge? Is it a psychological edge? There's a lot of edge out there. The only question is, do you have some, right? Trading is not a get rich quick solution. I can tell you that right now, guys. If not, I would be what? Owning the Dolphins versus wearing the jersey, right? Hey, I do know somebody up in the still in the Dolphins ownership too. And trust me, I'd give him a call. My man, Matt Higgins, I'd give you a call if I wanted to buy the Dolphins. I'd be like, hey, connect me with Steven. I want to go ahead and try to make some buys. But hey, the truth is, you guys out there, find your edge in the market and stick to that edge. If you don't have edge, try to find it. Trade different trades. Maybe it's the big caps. Maybe it's the small caps. I've done pretty decent in mid caps swing trading, but that's just me, right? You got to find what works best for you guys. I tell you guys all the time, swing trading is my bread and butter. Day trading is an area where I've been, break even, slightly green, and I have made some profits in day trading in the past, but a lot of the times I give those back and I'm back into the break even stage, where a lot of times I'm just chomping ground and I'm trading often, but staying break even, right? Or slightly above. Still not in that thriving stage where you're able to take profits and put them in your pocket. That's what swing trading does to me. And that's why I try to stick to it with my money, right? With my big capital, I try to stick to swing trading. Day trading is still a learning environment for me. All right, guys, investing longer term is safer. I don't think that's the truth right there. That whole investing long term thing, I do understand it, but to tell you the truth, man, as someone that even has a finance degree and looked into finance, understood all this, I think it is true. But the truth is, it's all about timing. Because if you go and you keep buying the market at highs, then that's not going to give you a success. What some people do is they look for, like, let's say any like 5% or 10% decline in the overall market. They're buying that up. that's okay strategy, but you're still just buying the dip, right? And we all know what buying the dip can do for you, right? You can definitely see some continued takedown in that approach, right? So, hey, investing is for some and not some for some others, right? Well, I will tell you guys something that is really special for today, guys. You guys don't want to miss out. Later today, I'll be talking on Benzinga. Yes, of course, you guys heard it there. All my Benzinga followers. And of course, you guys know Benzinga Pro is how I get my news every single day. So I want to go over to them and kind of take a look into how we get Apple's numbers later today. We'll see what happens, guys. Join that stream. I'll make sure to put it out on my Twitter. I'll make sure to put it out on Trade the Pool. Guys, we'll be seeing what happens there. Stick around, guys. We got a lot for you guys. We'll be taking a look at Apple's earnings later today. Hit the like button. Let's get back to the trading action here and seeing what I can come up with. Having a decent day in the competition today. Haven't had a decent competition at all. But instead of worrying about that, I'm just going to enjoy the day, guys. Smash the like. Let's keep going. Unless if you have money, you don't need it in the next 5 years. Yeah, that's the truth, right? We'll see what happens out there, guys. All right, looking to see if this wants to continue breaking down this BMEA. What I could do also here is, since it's just hanging out at the bottom, I can add and look for the breakdown. So here's that 713 for 705. Let me go ahead and I'm going to short here another 2,000 shares, and then I'm just going to hold towards the kind of the resistance here. There's 705s. I can put up here. Let's put it up on the kind of the offer. So 710s, 713s, but I could see there's 720s. You see how it spreads open? That's an important outlook there. 711s. Let's do 715 here. All right, have an order to add 2,000 shares at 715s. There it goes back towards the 712s. Could fill at 712s. I'm going to fill it. There you guys have it. And back towards 6,000 shares. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I don't get back towards 735. 735 will get me out. Just paying attention to that, guys. Back towards that level, and I'll get out. I'm just looking for another little bit on this, right? So if I did add there, I got to wait for 1 minute, right? So I'm going to wait for the 1 minute breakdown here, and I need to go 10 cents away from the average. That's 38. 28 is fine. I could still get out there. Trade still in work here. Now I needed to break 7 and going towards the 675. All right, guys, serve with the breakdown. Guys, it looked like serve should have been the one that I was serving up and continuing to go into it as it breaks down 16, now down to 15, 20s and continuing to break down, getting volume also. So whoever was shorting on that serve, shout out to you guys. Good trade there, guys, today on that one. And we'll look to see if we get some more money out there. BMEA trying to break that $7 area, and you can see the resistance is right there at the 720s. So anything above that going to 730s, I'll just get out. But looking for the 7 breakdown here. Let's see if I can get it towards like 690s or so, a little bit further than that. So 1 minute is about to hit there for me. So I could start to take the trade off here if I get this 7 breakdown. Let's see if we can get it. Get another 2,000, 3,000, got 8,000. We'll use that 10,000 later today to take a big trade to see what happens, guys. Let's keep getting after it, guys. You know where you're at. It's Trade the Pool. Hit the like, hit the subscribe down below. Excited to get after it later today and seeing what we can come up with. But so far, it's been a great day. And WINT looks like it wants to come back, guys. I think closer towards 11 and 12, that one might make a run again. I'm going to save my bull run account that I'm having in the green for that account, for that trade. We'll see what happens, guys. And stick around later today, of course, Apple's earnings. That's going to shake everything up, guys. All right, BBLG still hanging out at that 291. That still hasn't really broken down. We'll see what happens on that. BMEA, here comes that 7 breakdown, 704, 702, got $2,000 up here. If it starts to break down through that low here, I'm going to be looking good here. There's a breakdown back towards the 690s. Let's see if it breaks it down. If it doesn't break through that 690s, and it starts to come back, let's say 720s, I just take the money and run. But I'm looking for one more breakdown through that 690s, going to like 675s, and maybe even lower than this. If I look at the 15-minute support is towards the 670s. So that's where I could see this going right now. And then from there, we can get a bounce. So I got to be careful there. So you can see how this is starting to bounce up on the 5-minute. Needs to take 7 and go into 670s. If not, it can come right back up. And I'm going to make sure that I get out, right? So could have taken that $7. I'm looking for a little bit further down here, just watching the 90 MA to make sure that it doesn't start to spike above the 90 MA. So 90 MA still holding in there. Let's see what happens here. If we can make another little gain here. Let's go, guys. It's 10:49. Let's keep it going, team. You know where you're at. It's trade the pool, baby. All right, guys, let's keep going. Let's see what we can get out there, guys. BMEA trying to break down through that 7, just bounced there to 711s. Let's see if it goes right back through the 7 towards the 675s. See if we can get it here. 6,000, 675. Let's go. Got it ready here. As it starts to come towards the 7 here, I'm going to put it out there just in case I get those pop fills that I've been getting recently. So I did get that pop down on both of these through the 7 and the 690s. Looking to see if this last one comes towards the 670s, and then I'll definitely take the money and run. All right, just put it out there right now. Look to seeing if it could come back down here towards that, but 714 showing up there. 720 start to show up there, and I got to be really quickly ready to get out because this could come right back through the VWAP. Looking at that WINT to see what happens on that. That's looking like it's trying to start working its way back. It's been holding off a 10 for a while now, but the volume died to 0. So that's where it gets a little bit like, yeah, not something that I really want to be looking at too much. What's up out there, guys? Ross Cameron had a video of trading with a smaller account. Man, I'll tell you right now, guys, Ross is a savage. There's not too many people that are going to be like Ross. Ross tells you that you can be like him. But I can tell you guys, as someone that's traded with Ross, you got to be fast. I've had better trades than him in certain trades. But I can tell you right now, I've been in his chat room. It is very difficult to trade like Ross. And I think part of that is that, and trust me, I'm going to probably get some slack for this. But hey, I call it how I see it. I feel like he trades with an algorithm. Because there's certain times when he's filling in some shares that I don't think he's doing it in a, let's say, a manual execution way. And so that's the hardest thing that I think is with Ross Cameron. I think he trades manually, but also has an algo that trades with him. I don't know if that makes sense, but hey, smash the like, guys. We'll see what happens. I have seen Ross, though, build some small accounts. You got to be, the thing about small accounts is that you need a nice big jump early, and then you can't make one bad loss. That's the hardest thing with small accounts. I've been in his chat room. His speed is phenomenal. And yes, it is. A big reason why he uses e-signal and he goes down to the 30-second chart. He doesn't trade a 1-minute chart. He trades a 30-second chart and sometimes trades a 10-second chart. 10 seconds? So you're telling me he's fast, guys. And I've used his scanners too. The trade idea scanners, and I've been in better than him and still lost. I can tell you guys, there's been trades where I've gotten in at a better entry than him. Like I was in before he was. The stock pops, he takes some money, and it still comes back down below me. I lost money, and he made money on a trade like that. And that's when I realized, hey, I'm playing a game against somebody that has better strategy and better algorithms than me. I'm not going to do better than him. So he does the 10 seconds most of the time. That's his adjustment, Shane. If you look back in the day, he did do more of that 30-second, right? But he does a lot of 10 seconds holds a lot of the times. And I think part of that is the algorithmic help, right? If he has an algorithm that's trading in between his trading, I think that that's what happens here. I traded with my investing club, 13 move up. He made 26,000. He bought 200,000 shares. Yeah, it's definitely difficult to trade at that speed. All right, guys, here's that 709 by 705. So I've been watching this BMA, seeing and wondering if it's going to break down towards that 670s. I'm going to actually cancel my order right now to see if it's going to go ahead and crack here through the 7s, but back through the 720s. That's going to get me out. Just be careful out there, guys. If you do see it, go back to that 720. This could easily start ramping back. It's sideways consolidation at the bottom, which is good since I'm far away from it, but can always bring the price action back. That's what you got to understand. All right, here we got 715 starting to rise, and we've had a couple of bottoming attempts. 1, 2, 3. Could still get that last bottoming attempt, or could create a bullish engulfing candle here, and you're ramping right back up. So just keep that in mind. Let's see if we get that downside attempt towards 7 or back through 720s, and I'm out of here, guys. There's that attempt back through 720s. Got to be careful here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my stop here 1 penny off of that high. That was 726 on the pop. I'm going to go ahead and put it at 727. If it hits me there, it gets me out. I'm still in the green. If it comes down through 7, I can still take the green, right? Can still take the extra trade, right? Where it starts to come back down. So I'll set that up there towards 675s. I got no problem. It starts to come back down towards the 670s. I'll actually set it at 670 just to give me a little bit of room. And now I got the trade completely set up here. I'll show you guys it right now on the screen, right? So look at this, guys. Trade set up there completely. Stops are out there. I don't lie, man. I tell you guys just how I do it. And that's what it's all about for me here on the show, is showing you guys exactly how I trade and how I go about things. There's not too many people that would show you this screen right here, because then you could actually hunt my orders, right? But I ain't going to teach you how to do that. All right, we'll see what happens here. There's that 706 there. Now it starts to decline there. That's actually a good rejection because it's a wick. It's a wick above 720, not a close above 720. A close above 720, and this price action just starts ramping back. So let's see what happens. Wouldn't want to see it 720s even show up again. Would like to see this takedown back towards the 670s here. And if I wanted to, I could put this a little bit of ways here to see if it goes back to 670s, and then I could raise it up as I start to see like 685 and throw it up towards the 670s. We'll see what happens here if we get a breakdown in BMEA. All right, guys, got to go looking elsewhere. Got to go looking at trades around. This trade's already set. So at the worst case, I get 680. At the best case, I get 5,000. I'll take it, guys. Let's see what happens. All right, let's see what else is going on there, guys. Going to go ahead and switch over and take a look around to see what I can find on the plus side of things. Of course, up about $1,000 on this account. Really want to take some more trades here, but got to look to see what is going to come back here. There's not many trades that I'm looking at that I feel like could take some big moves. So got to keep watching, see what I can find. Seeing if I can get a nice little move there. VKTX, let me take a look at that. Oh, that's actually interesting. This has pulled back, has been kind of trying to get the lift there towards the 57.60s. Just pulled back on this action here. Broke the $57. That's really where you kind of broke out from, back from the nice little support area. So pullbacks back here towards 57.25s, 57.30s. Kind of makes sense here. Let's see if this can raise back up there towards 58.80s. Not a bad stock. Has been moving fast as of late, but could make another push back high. The 1 hour, though, looks still like a rejection off of the resistance. So be careful out there, team. All right, guys. Also taking a look at WINT, of course. That's just been going sideways off of the 10. If I would have stayed in this, man, this thing would have gave me just like the chills, just hanging out, not getting anything. There's BMEA breaking 7. Let's see if it goes to the 670s. Next spot there, 670s, 660s. We'll look to see if it starts to break down. Gives me that nice big gain on the downside action here. But taking a look to see what can come to the upside today, guys. What are you guys seeing out there? All right. Any smaller name making a move, let me know. All right, guys. We'll see what happens out there. It's a NASDAQ stock. It's not an S&P subjective question. Not sure what you mean by that Dart Trading Lab, but we'll see what happens, guys. Still short on this one. We'll find out if this one can keep breaking down and giving me a nice little gain towards the 670s. All right, guys, let's keep going. Let's make some money. Looking around to try to take some other trades here. BBLG, will this come back? I don't think so on the day, guys. Serve is down big. I don't see that coming back there, but it did bounce there off the 1586. Maybe it starts to work its way back to 17 on the day. What's another one that was moving as of late? ISPO. I know that one was moving a day or two ago. Got stopped out yesterday. Yesterday was a kind of that pullback day. We'll look to see if it starts to ramp back here. It's holding in right now. Doesn't look too bad off the 780s. BMEA trying to break down that 7. Still hasn't really broken it down though. ISPO still hanging off of this VWAP here. So it doesn't look too bad on the hourly. Look to see if this starts to make a nice little up move back through the $8, back through 825s. Nice little setup here. Up 1, down 1, up 2, down 2, up 3, down 3. Just made an attempt towards 766. Can hold that attempt there and to make a new move back there through 8. So I kind of like this one. Just got to see the volume come in. The volume is just very low here. Take a look at the bid, and I see the 780s. See 3,000 there. So let me see if the 780s can get filled. And it comes and tries to find another kind of buyer on the pullback. So see if I can get some big sizing to show up on 770s. And then it starts to work back towards the 790s. So looking for that one more pullback to 770s here. And then it starts to work back towards 790s and 8. See if some big orders can start to show up here on this pullback bid. And you can see the spread is starting to widen out. So it's trying to make a move, but hasn't really done that yet. I could maybe wait to 8 and then go big. That's one way to look at it. All right, guys, let's go ahead. In the market leaders, I'm not taking the market leaders. So Dart Trading, I know that you're trying to tell me that I'm doing something wrong, but I'm not. I'm in here in the bull run account. And the other one was the bear account, the TBB account. So the market leaders account. So just to give you perspective on that, I got EMPH. So that's the one that I'm taking a shot on in there. That's EMPH. And I got some sizing in on this, guys. I can't even size anymore. I think I got it all in there towards the 112, 113, 1308s. Right now, my average is 114.28 with 900 shares, down about $1,000. We'll look for this to start coming back towards the end of the day, seeing if kind of solar can make that move right back to the upside. And if it does, I'll get the nice little game back there towards like maybe 116, 115 like I did yesterday. But we'll see what happens. This isn't going to be a big gain if I do get it. Still up on this account. I'm up about $2,000. Even with this $1,000 loss, I have about 3,400 on this one. So that's the EMPH. We'll see what happens on that. It is pulling back. I'll look to see if this starts to bounce back. Yesterday, I did a very similar trade. How'd Netflix do? Netflix was one that I was looking at for a nice little trade. This could pull back and give me an opportunity to get this one on a pullback back towards the 645. How's Apple doing right now? It is taking a big hit there. The Qs itself is down big as it was up big earlier. So maybe it was all about the SQQQ today with a scalp back to the upside. Nvidia taking a haircut right back down towards 113. So all those people that were yelling about, oh, I got the dip buy in Nvidia. I got the dip buy. Well, there it goes, right back down, guys. So, hey, that's how it goes sometimes, guys. We'll keep getting after it. We'll see what else is out there and see what else I can make on the trading action today. But definitely AMD also right back down. What a smackdown on this. People were thinking that AMD was back. It was going to be the next Nvidia. Well, it's right back to the support. Just smacking people and catching people sideways. We'll see what happens. Financial services going red there. Goldman Sachs right back down, leaking. So financials, the leak is out there. Look at this leak, guys. XLF right back down. KRE, another one that I was looking to see if this would start to turn around there. And boom, there she goes, guys. Of course, I drew this on the 24th, updated it on the 26th. Now we're really starting to break down on the KRE. So you can look at those trades for maybe potentially shorts right now, right? So a trade like PNC, right? You guys can see that went from 181 down to 176.90s. The financials are breaking down. That's interest rate sensitive talk there. If the interest rate starts to break down and starts to cut back, that's not actually good for the banks. So I think in this case, you're seeing them taking a hit there, and that's something to notice. CAT, will the industrials go back to the green? That's actually taking a whacking right now. In the last hour, the only thing in the green is communication services and energy. And energy is just on the bounce back after really getting smacked at the open. So that's always an interesting kind of relationship. I've been doing this lately, guys, just to give you guys a kind of something to learn from, is comparing the percentage change from open on the hourly basis versus the daily basis. So what's doing well in the last hour and what's doing well in the whole day from the open? Technology leading downside action, and so is financials and basic materials, industrials. Those are all really weak. And now you want to see what is turning around. Well, energy is bouncing. The rest of them still going down at the time being, right? So, hey, utilities was up early. Nice big move. Now has pulled back big. This one could bounce. So I could maybe take a look to see if I can maybe catch one of these on the bounce, like Excel, or maybe NEE on the pullback. And NEE just ripping, guys. 77.28s. Really nice play on the playbook this week. This was Next Era Energy. We played it on this 75 move. Talked about it here on the 74 move. It's back to 77. Looking great here. Could eventually run there towards the 80. Next Era Energy. Definitely the leader, I think, in those utility names. So big move there. Not a bad play. All right, guys, let's go back here. Let's go toward the bull run. Let's go to WINT. I'm starting to see some volume there, but it's really not much, guys. It's such a small move that's the problem right now. It's that this volume just completely fell off the tape. And now the algos can take it, and it could run, but the algos will be all over this, man. It won't be retail traders that are looking at it. And that's the hardest thing here. All right, EXAS. Exact Sciences kind of making a nice little push there from the 55 to the 57. Not a bad move there. All right, guys, it's 11:06. I went overtime way too long here today, guys. So do me the favor, guys. Smash the like if you guys enjoyed the trading action here. It was a great day on the competition, bouncing back. Of course, overall competition still on the downside, but I'm going to try to get back into that top 10, guys. We'll see what happens. Smash the like. I will see you guys a little bit later on the Benzinga stream, right? We'll be talking about Apple. Hit the like, guys. It's always great to see you guys out there. Future Day Trader, Dark Trader, Great Scott, all you guys out there. Yaz, Boogie Woogie, everybody that's out there that joins us every day. Shane, shout out to you, my friend. I wish you guys the best. Keep battling out there. We're always going to keep trying to up our skill. And that's really what this stream's about, guys. At the end of the day, that's what I do it. I want you guys to bend that learning curve and get to the success that we're all looking for. That will do it for me. Money Mitch will be back tomorrow, 8:30. Don't miss it, guys. The last day of the competition. We'll be getting after it. We'll see what we can come up with. Like always, guys, roll up those sleeves. Keep fighting. Keep learning in the competition. Today, what's helped me? Getting those first moves, that first wave with that big size, and taking the money and running. I'll keep trying to do that to work my way back. We'll find out. Smash the like. I'll see you guys next time right here on Trade the Pool, guys. See you guys. Smash that like.